Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke via video link at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum on Friday. He addressed energy cooperation and international efforts on COVID vaccines, two of the main issues that have topped the agenda this week. Alyosha Milankovich reports.
Президент Российской Федерации Vladimir Putin.
With his trademark late arrival, Russian President Vladimir Putin appeared at the St. Petersburg Forum stage. He addressed those invited and carefully seated, maintaining physical distance. Some wore masks, but most of them didn't. But all carefully listened to what the Russian leader and his online guests had to say. President Putin gave a 45-minute-long keynote speech where he announced that the first line of the much-talked-about Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline project was completed just a few hours before. And later, he addressed the criticism of the project.
It is purely an economic, a commercial project. The thesis that the pipeline's purpose is to bypass some countries is not corresponding with the facts. The route from Russia to Germany under the Baltic Sea is shorter than through Ukraine, Slovakia, Austria. It is shorter and cheaper.
But besides talking about the future of the energy market, both the Russian leader and Emir of Qatar and the Austrian Chancellor addressed the fight against the COVID-19. They all agreed that the fight is still far from over and insisted on the need for international collaboration in that area.
It doesn't matter where the vaccine originates from, the US, China, Russia or the EU. Every success in the fight against the coronavirus is a success of the entire world. We will win our battle against the coronavirus only when the vaccine is available to the whole world. And we have to put that at the center of our collaboration.
The entire plenary session lasted just over 3 hours, during which the recorded addresses of the presidents of Argentina and Brazil were also shown to the audience.
The jointly accepted position is that the number of cases globally from the pandemic is in decline, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. At this year's plenary session, speakers gave their assessments about what awaits all of us when we exit that tunnel. Alyosha Milankovich, CGTN, St. Petersburg.
Also on Friday, Putin dismissed the U.S. hacking allegations against Russia. U.S. President Joe Biden said last month that a cyber attack that paralyzed the U.S. largest gas pipeline network was traced back to Russia, but Putin called it an attempt to start a political dispute ahead of his summit with the U.S. leader this month. The two are scheduled to meet on June the 16th in Geneva. Putin said he expected the talks to be held in a positive atmosphere, but he anticipated no breakthroughs.
We should try to find ways of settling our relations. Today they are at an extremely low level. We all know that. We will talk about strategic stability, about the resolution of international conflicts in the most troubled spots. We will talk about the issue of disarmament, about the fight against terrorism, I hope, and about the pandemic, and the fight against the pandemic, and about ecological issues.
Putin has also accused the U.S. of using the dollar as a weapon in economic and political war. He said Russia may consider settling transactions in other currencies.
We are ready to consider opportunities to trade in national currencies, and we actually do that with many countries, with our partners. We are ready to talk about settlements in euro. The euro is quite acceptable for us in terms of gas payments. This can be done, of course, and probably should be done.
Putin's remarks come a day after his economy minister said it was dropping the dollar from Russia's National Wealth Fund. The ministry said the U.S. currency was removed from the fund in May. It's not made up of the euro, the Chinese RMB, the British pound, the Japanese yen, as well as gold. Now, for more insight into those updates, let's talk to Professor Rong Ying, Vice President of the China Institute of International Studies. So, Professor, let's start with Russia's relationship with the United States. According to President Putin, it is now at a very low point. Having said that, what do you make of the upcoming summit between Mr. Putin and Joe Biden in Geneva?
Indeed, I think the forthcoming summit between Russia and United States, there are many speculations. But it seems expectation. But it seems that the expectations are pretty low, and we have seen that over the past, ever since the new administration, the Biden administration took over, there we have seen that more sort of trouble, more conflicts around. But in the meantime, I think we have also seen that the need to have a stable relationship. So we are expecting the forthcoming summit between the two countries. But in the meantime, I think I'm very cautious about the real and outcome out of that. This is not very simple. The reason for that, because there are many structural problems between them. But more importantly, it seems that the Biden administration has not taken such a significant changes or adjustment in terms of the relationship with Russia by, I think, continuing pushing or pressurizing Russia on many bilateral and regional and global issues.
Professor, let's turn to China-Russia ties, and we have to mention the remarks came out of that phone call between Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi and his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov, and the two countries have pledged to support each other on issues concerning their core interests. Tell us what do core interests entail in this context?
Well, yeah, China-Russia relationship marks a sharp contrast with that I think the China and Russia's respective relationship with the United States. As you said rightly, that the reason for that is the two sides have expressed their sensitivity and I think mutual support to each other's and core issues, and the relationship has also been conducted in a sort of a mutually respect and equal manner. And this year marks the 20th anniversary of the signing of the Treaty for Friendship and Good Neighborliness. And this is again, in other words, and the two sides have agreed that they will hold many events to commemorate that. But more importantly, as we have seen the past 2 decades, have seen a lot of progress and achievements that made politically, economically, and also in other fields. So we are 20 years later, the bilateral relationship has now been very proud that it is an all-round, a comprehensive partnership, strategic partnership. But it has also been a kind of relationship called now all-weather friendship that has been weathered the changes and transformation in the region and beyond. So I think we have all the confidence, and we have seen, certainly demonstrated by the telephone conversation between the two foreign ministers, but also I think have the recent events, for example, like the two President Xi and President Putin, they co-chaired the launching of the nuclear power product and other major issues. And equally important is that the two countries share kind of interest and express their joint efforts to uphold the multilateralism, opposing unilateralism, and more importantly, I think they agree to work together in a way to build a relationship that would serve as a model of a new type of major country relationship, becoming a stabilizing factor for this fast changing but volatile world.
Now, let's be a little bit specific on economy and development, Professor. During his phone call with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has proposed a better coordination between the Eurasian Economic Union and the Belt and Road Initiative. What do you make of the prospect on that?
Yeah, this is again a major and new area where China and Russia that have been working very closely. As we know that 2013, Chinese President Xi Jinping put forward the initiative to build the road, the Belt and Road Initiative, and that initiative, this is particularly the Belt part, very much coincide the initiative with Russia, that is the Eurasia Economic Union. So how to synergize and coordinate a kind of the efforts by the two countries in Eurasia is an issue of great interest to the region and the world. And 8 years have passed. We have seen that it has gone through a period of better coordination and better cooperation, and many important issues. Regional energy certainly with that, economic and trade initiative, big projects, and so on and so forth. So I think the two sides emphasizing the importance of the coordination and the synergy of the two major respective economic
Indeed,
connectivity
Professor Rong Ying,
is
we'll be
very
getting
much
back to you very soon.